Maggie's diaper was stuffed with a pearl necklace. After Marge's car was washed, the inside was packed with brand new appliances. While Lisa was playing the saxophone, she unexpectedly received 2 tickets to the symphony. Bart found the medicine he needed while eating fries, and buried beneath the backyard was an entire dinosaur fossil. Homer opened a fortune cookie and discovered that today was his lucky day. But Homer was a materialist who didn't believe in such superstitious nonsense. On his way home from work, he picked up a CD. He played it in the car and found it was filled with all his favorite songs. When he passed by the convenience store, he noticed there was a huge lottery jackpot that day, so he decided to buy a ticket and try his luck. But the store was unusually crowded.
For goodness sake.
Homer stood in line until nightfall, even managing to learn Spanish while waiting. Meanwhile, the Simpson family had been invited to a wedding. Marge frantically called Homer.
I'm almost there. I can see the church steeple in the distance.
After what felt like forever, it was finally Homer's turn. He pulled out his fortune slip and bought a lottery ticket using the numbers on the back. However, the church was miles away from where he was. Marge had no choice but to go up on stage and give the speech by herself.
Potato! Tomato! Let's call the whole thing...
I'm a-coming, Marge!
Let him go, Lou. Someone going that fast has no time for a ticket.
Homer changed into his formal attire while driving. Suddenly, he received a text from Marge. In that moment of distraction, his car plunged off a cliff.
What an idiot! This is the perfect time for my catchphrase. Soon you will be mine!
Fortunately, today was Homer's lucky day. When he woke up, his family was all around him. Marge didn't blame him for missing the wedding, but all Homer cared about at that moment was the winning lottery numbers. As expected, Homer had won the $1 million jackpot.
$1 million? Now I'm really glad I didn't die.
The winning time was exactly when Marge had called him. Homer worried that his secret about being late because of the lottery would be exposed, so he tried hard to stay calm.
Calm down, Homer. Calm down. Well, I do look pretty calm down there.
Homer had Barney claim the prize on his behalf. Barney then secretly handed the money over to Homer, who hid it in a tree hollow. Barney advised him not to spend recklessly, or Marge would find out he had lied.
Marge, what are you doing?
The laundry. The machine's on the fritz. We can't afford the $400 to fix it.
Homer now had wealth, but Marge was still working hard. Barney suggested he buy some things the family needed. Homer thanked him for the advice and told him to help himself to anything in the tree hollow.
That's not the money tree. I know. It's where I hide my adult magazine. Oh!
Homer deliberately threw the frisbee far away and told Bart to fetch it, but Bart didn't want to go.
You little...
There's a big box in here.
A box? No way.
In the bushes, Bart discovered a brand new washing machine, exactly what Marge needed. But how would they get it home?
You, go run at the truck.
One day, when Homer went to grab some more money, Bart spotted him from the treehouse. In a panic, Homer broke his own arm.
Oh! Oh!
Bart discovered the money in the tree hollow and asked what was going on.
Lenny, I called a fortune cookie, and yet I ran into the candy machine and I found Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
After learning where the money came from, Bart suggested Homer should enjoy himself a little, but Homer didn't know how to spend it, so he invited Bart to help him blow through the cash. First, they hired a famous band to perform.
Wait! I have to go to the bathroom.
Wait!
Yes, Homer?
Do you think you could use someone like me in your band?
Yeah, come on up, you can play the tambourine.
Then they rented a plane and experienced zero gravity inside, competing to see who could move faster by burping. Bart wanted to keep playing forever. Homer reminded him he still had school tomorrow. Bart argued that rich kids don't need school, but Homer firmly disagreed. Homer decided not to take him on any more adventures.
Oh, yeah? If you don't keep splashing the cash, I'm gonna tell Mom that it's thanks to you she made the first bad wedding toast ever.
Blackmail your father in space, will you?
At dinner, Bart tried to sit in Homer's chair. After Homer shooed him away, Bart pointedly mentioned that they'd been receiving a lot of government mail lately.
Well, actually, Mom...
On second thought, boy, why don't you take my chair?
Marge asked about Bart's homework progress. Bart said Homer had already agreed to do a performance.
Mom!
Where and what time?
Homeroom 8 a.m.
Never.
Mom!
What do I wear?
Behold, Neanderthal Man, our ugliest, stupidest ancestor.
Under Bart's blackmail, Homer impersonated a caveman in front of the class. His performance had the students roaring with laughter. He also had to follow Bart's commands and do a series of ridiculous acts.
Very good, Bart. Can I get extra credit for caveman breakdance? Of course.
Bart's demands grew more and more outrageous. He made Homer pull a carriage and take him to a marathon. Looking at his pitiful reflection in the mirror, Homer resolved to stop giving in to Bart. He would tell Marge the truth himself.
Hey, Millhouse, want a turn full of my rickshaw? Okay, but just because I'm your best friend, don't be afraid to use that whip.
Homer took Marge on a hot air balloon ride. Under the beautiful sunset, Homer confessed the truth, that buying the lottery ticket had caused Marge to be embarrassed at the wedding. Marge was furious at first, but the moment she remembered there was $1 million, her face lit up with joy.
Yes, well, Texas took out a lot. I spent a ton on those things for the family, and, I didn't know you could rent a balloon.
So we're right back where we used to be.
Yes, but I have one more thing to show you.
Oh my God.
Am I off the hook?
You like potato?
And you like potato. So if you go for oysters and I go for oysters, I'll order oysters and cancel the oysters.
A drop of alcohol flew into the mouth of pregnant Marge. The originally well-behaved child became the mischievous Bart because of this drop of alcohol. As Bart grew up, he couldn't help but be naughty. He felt that no one in his family understood him, so he wanted to switch families. At this time, a boy who looked exactly like Bart had the same idea.
You look like a dorky version of me! And you look like a dim-witted version of me!
And you two are 10-year-old versions of me.
This adult Bart had a wife who looked very much like Milhouse.
You want to see pictures of our kids?
Yeah.
The boy who looked like Bart was named Simon. Simon's family was extremely wealthy, but he wasn't happy. Bart was very envious of Simon's wealthy lifestyle. Simon proposed that they swap identities for a while. Bart was a bit hesitant.
I'm pretty attached to my family, and
Get out here, boy!
When he heard Homer scolding, he agreed to Simon's proposal. The two exchanged clothes in the bathroom. They introduced each other to their family situations. After Bart changed into Simon's clothes, he walked toward the luxury car. He felt very smug seeing Simon getting beaten in his place.
driver, laugh at those people for me.
My pleasure, sir.
The luxury car drove to an upscale neighborhood. There were luxurious houses and celebrities living here. The luxury car finally stopped in front of the largest mansion. More than a dozen servants greeted Bart in the mansion. The swimming pool was large enough to hold 2 ships. The bedroom looked like an amusement park.
Candy corn volcano? A ceiling from Saddam's palace? Ooh, and a race car bed. That really races!
Bart drove the race car bed and saw posters of sports stars, but these were actually real people standing there because this family had donated $1 million to their team.
Back in the poster, Gabby.
Yes, sir.
Bart called his good friend Milhouse.
Check out the caller ID on your phone. What number? That service is $3.65 a month! Did you switch places with a millionaire kid who looks just like you? Just sit tight. I'm sending a car.
On the other side, Simon, who was used to eating lavish meals, couldn't get used to such simple food. Homer would even talk while eating. Simon really couldn't stand him anymore.
Please stop spitting food on me! Keep your meal in your mouth, you semi-literate spew monkey!
That's it, boy. You're going to bed without supper.
Lisa realized that Bart was different from usual. Marge and Homer thought this was just a special change during puberty. At this moment, Bart and Milhouse were having a feast in the mansion. Simon's half-brother and half-sister came to the dining room. The brother heated up a spoon and put it directly into Bart's mouth.
The old hot spoon. But why? Because you're our half-brother, you're blocking our full inheritance, and we hate you.
Simon looked out the window sadly. Homer was fighting with the dog over a newspaper, but this was a toy newspaper specifically for dogs that Marge had bought.
Fantastic.
Simon called Bart to complain that Homer was too weird. Bart thought Simon's brother and sister were also strange.
They're jealous because my father left their mother to be with my mother to... you lost me. Well, gotta go. Enjoy the upper lower middle class.
When Simon was sad, Marge came to find him with pizza that had the crust cut off.
Now let me tuck you in, fluff your pillow, and sprinkle a little fairy dust to keep the monsters away. It's cinnamon. Nighty-night, sweetheart.
Simon felt his family was quite nice, but the wealthy family where Bart was staying wasn't so good. The two siblings were going to take Bart to see the family mausoleum. The sister lied to Bart that after 100 years, bodies would turn into candy. After Bart entered the mausoleum, the siblings shut the door. When the wealthy Mr. Burns passed by, he heard the cries from inside the door. Only then was Bart rescued. Burns thought Bart was Simon.
Your fortune is greater than mine. It is I who am at your service.
He had Smithers bring lemonade to serve Bart, but there was only powdered drink mix here.
Premix. I beg your forgiveness, lad. Smithers, pour it down your pants. Now squish about in those pants, re-wetting every hour. Come with me.
Burns brought Bart to a quiet place. He told Bart about his family. Burns had many siblings, but they all died in various accidents. In the end, only Burns was left to inherit all the property. He reminded Bart to be careful of his siblings. They might kill Bart at any time, and disguise it as accidents like cruise ship disasters and skiing accidents.
Oh my God. Simon set me up. And all this time I thought he wanted the life of a stranger he met in the bathroom.
Bart realized that his current life was too dangerous, so he wanted to pack his things and leave, and take some of Simon's stuff with him, but the siblings had already come to Bart's side. They were going to force Bart to go skiing in Aspen. Bart thought of Burns' warning.
The ski trip.
On the other side, Simon was seriously listening to Grandpa tell stories. Lisa noticed something was wrong. Bart would never listen to Grandpa's stories. She pulled Simon aside.
Okay, listen you. I don't know who you are or what you've done with the real Bart, Well, God help me, I want him back. I don't know what you're talking about. The real Bart would have thrown me out the window.
Lisa asked Simon to tell the family the truth. Simon confessed the secret that they had swapped identities and told Homer about Bart being murdered in Aspen.
Thank you, future Bart, for traveling back through time to warn us.
To save Bart, the whole family drove to the Aspen ski resort, but at this time, Bart had already been taken to the highest point of the snowy mountain. He was pushed directly down the snowy mountain.
Soon he'll be dead.
And we'll split the inheritance.
Yes, split. Potato?
At the critical moment, Lisa saw Bart sliding down rapidly. Homer jumped directly off the cable car to save Bart. He descended from the sky and rolled down the snowy mountain, becoming a giant snowball. Bart was also swept into the snowball.
2 hot chocolates, please.
Are you guests at the lodge?
No.
After rescuing Bart, Simon had to return to his original home too.
Going back to that cold, loveless family.
I'll survive.
Your favorite, sir. Hot fudge sundae with gold leaf and diamond flakes. Take me with you!
I'll be anything and everything you want. Don't leave me here with them!
Bart said he really missed his family. At night, Marge would tuck Bart in and give him a goodnight kiss.
This is the life.
Homer swung the hook in his hand and threw it onto the helicopter. He was going to use his tow truck to haul away the helicopter, but his truck was lifted into the air by the helicopter. Seeing this, Homer knocked the helicopter down to the ground. The reason Homer became the tow king has to start with Maggie not sleeping. Maggie now refused to go to sleep. Marge had no choice but to get her some milk. She asked Homer to hold Maggie for a moment, but Maggie didn't want to leave Marge. At the critical moment, Marge put down the milk and hugged Maggie.
Spilled milk!
Afterward, he went to the convenience store to buy milk, but the milk had already been bought by kids to make jetpacks. Then Homer prepared to go to Moe's bar to buy milk. Moe had a cup of something that could be either milk or paint.
It's paint. Or is it? Yeah, it's paint.
Homer went to the neighboring town and finally found milk, but he had parked his car in the wrong spot. The tow truck driver learned that Homer had come from a neighboring town to buy milk for his child, so he decided to take Homer to the tow yard. Homer planned to get his license first. On the way, Homer chatted with the tow truck driver. He envied how the driver's boss allowed him to listen to music while working. The driver said his boss allowed him to do anything because the boss was right there in the truck.
But it's just you and me. That must mean I'm your boss! I'm sick of you. You're fired.
The driver explained to Homer that he himself was the boss. His job was easy, he just drove around. When he saw illegally parked cars, he'd tow them away. People would even stand outside their cars begging him not to tow them. Homer envied the man's work. Seeing Homer's interest, the man suggested he become Springfield's tow truck driver, because the previous tow truck driver there had been beaten to death.
I would love to. Oh, but I don't have a tow truck.
The man decided to sell his old tow truck to him. There were 2 rules for being a tow truck driver. First, he could only tow cars in Springfield. If Homer came to his territory to tow cars, he'd be killed. Second, never point the hook outward.
Why? What happens if I point it this way?
Oh, hello!
The next day, Homer started his towing work. He was a bit nervous on his first job and hooked the wrong spot. The next time, Homer successfully towed away a car, and he even encountered a car owner begging for mercy. Homer didn't listen to the explanation and just drove off with the car. This car could even take Bart along for a wild ride. Bart kept telling Homer to speed up, but there was a stop sign ahead. Homer's towing business made quite a bit of money, so he treated his friends to the finest drinks at Moe's Tavern. Homer learned that Lenny's car was illegally parked outside, so he immediately left the bar. Homer didn't listen to Lenny's explanation and just towed his car away. Soon, a large number of cars waiting to be redeemed piled up in front of Homer's house. Even the school bus and the kids on it were towed there. After having his car towed, Principal Skinner could only move forward using a chair.
You can't impound my spirit.
Homer's actions offended many Springfield residents, although everyone had parked illegally. Homer's approach was like that of a bandit. At this moment, an old lady stood up. Her 3 previous husbands had all been tow truck drivers. The taboo for tow truck drivers was poaching others' territory, so they set up a car with obvious violations in the neighboring city, and they replaced the city